Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. Thanks you guys for all your beautiful comments. I was just reading through everything last night and this morning and laughing and really getting my mood lifted by, all your fun adventures and the things that are happening to you. And you guys, I really understand so much what it's like for some of you guys that are ascending and you're having spiritual uploads. You can feel almost like you're tripping out. It's like one minute you're so joyful. Everything is so crystal. You slow down, you simplify, you feel like you're in this beautiful state of grace. And then all of a sudden you have this sense of urgency to share these messages, to do this. Yet you're like, well, how can I accommodate all these feelings and understandings and still feel part of I call it the heavier collective people that are unawakened, because all of a sudden they seem almost foreign to us, right? They seem closed down. They seem almost harsh, kind of self-interested. Everything seems a little small, like their universe, the things they discuss, things just seem a little small-minded. So we have to be careful not to be judgmental or critical of that. I always equate that with my younger self when I was like, it was always like, what am I going to do today? How am I going to have fun? It wasn't like your whole family, all your friends, the collective, right? It was about us. So I just see it as a spiritual immaturity, and these people too will become awakened and understand what's going on. That's important that we look out for everybody. And right now I feel like rituals are very important for you guys, because rituals give our lives these positive touchstones. It shows how we're grateful for what we have. We start or end the day with a simple ritual, and it brings us peace and inspiration. Part of my rituals are to read your comments and see how you guys are learning and growing and feeling better and realizing that everything can be navigated. Nothing is so tough, harsh, or unimaginably rough that we cannot do that. And in most cases, each day is pretty simple, right? We get up, we prepare meals, we have coffee, we say hello to the ones we love, our pets, whatever, and then we go about our days. And it's how we interact and respond that's important, what we give our energy and our focus to, right? And this is a refusal to give our energy to any silliness, low vibration. I call it squawking, where people try to engage you in a negative way. Some people just really thrive on drama and silly little things. And this is just you having your light so bright that you don't see this anymore. It doesn't affect you. It doesn't bother you. You could really care less what somebody thinks or feels about you that you really don't have a vested affection for or interest in, right? It's like, who cares? Think of how many times walking to high school or college, you thought, oh my gosh, is so-and-so going to be mad because I said this and they heard it? Or is so-and-so going to like me? Like how much time we literally wasted on what we cared about other people thinking about, how we dressed, how we appeared, all of that. So I really feel like you're going to mark some big successes and celebrate milestones that give your life meaning and joy. So have these beautiful rituals, incantations, all of those things. I'm just going to have one sip of my tea. I was talking so much that I was like, you need to hydrate, girl. So we have 3 choices today. We have Yuki-onna, which is stillness. This is something that I have to have daily in my ritual to slow down, to kind of reconfigure my thoughts, because we interact with other people, right? And they affect our energy, whether it's a boss, whether it's a schoolmate, whether it's a workmate, family member. Everybody's on a different vibe. Everybody's from a different tribe. Everybody's moving in all these different directions. And what I do is I pull in the sacredness by going, I'm only going to see the good in this person. I'm only going to hear the good coming out of their mouth. And if I can quietly direct the mood or the vibration in a higher direction. You know how sometimes we get people and they just start to complain, or they start to talk about all their ills or woes, and you can see right away that they're bringing themselves to a darker, heavier place. So we try to guide them back out of that. But what we do need to notice is that we don't want to become those agony aunts where we just sit there and listen and take on all this energy and, negativity dumps that people do to other people, right? They go and they tell them every ill that's ever befallen them since the beginning of time. They're like, well, see ya. And then they go on their happy way to do it to the next person, and they leave you carrying this bag. So what I do if somebody's doing that, and not only do I cut it off after a sentence or two because I see where it's going and it's not effective for them or for me to listen to that or let them ramble on. That's not to say that if they have concerns, true concerns, that we don't listen. But I'm just talking about being caught in a negative loop and being a catastrophist and all of that. And it's just something that we need to address as humans, that people get going on these little spiels and we have to kind of autocorrect. So number 2 is romantic love, Aphrodite. And number 3 is scold, the future. So I'm going to let you make your choice. Have a little pause and have a deep breath. And right away in the beginning, you guys, I just want to give you a couple messages on why I believe people become happy. Okay, I feel like if they set their expectations to a reasonable degree, yet high, and they start to put focus and some intention behind it, they start to feel good. First of all, they have a goal, right? And what is life if you don't have a goal or ideas or an objective, right? You can feel like you're stuck. Another thing is they should feel, you should feel, and people in general should feel that they are special, and start to define what you think is special about you. It's really nice, right? I remember when I was young, I knew that I could make people laugh and be really silly and have a sense of humor, and that alleviated a lot of heaviness. So I loved the fact that I could do that when I was younger, impersonate people and just be totally weird. We're starting to measure happiness in the right units. How good we make other people feel. It's not how we are spending our time, how we're utilizing our resources to help ourselves and others, right? Not just chasing money, not chasing material things, not trying to just kind of up our image, and like just like a million pictures on Instagram and different outfits and all of that, just how we look, all of those shallow pursuits. We're really measuring happiness in the right units, how we make other feels, what we're learning, all of that. And another one is we hope that we see and feel everybody in a happy state around us, that we really wish that for them. People that are getting married, we're not envious or jealous. We are happy for their future because we too are moving in that direction and will come to us as well, right? And we stop confusing not being bad with being good, right? It's like one of those things where we feel like if we're not exercising enough, or we're not eating well, or we're not meditating or doing things, that all of a sudden we're a bad person. Everybody goes through optimal phases where they just have better self-care. They're aware, they're focused on that, therefore they're doing it. And it really is easy to set just set like a daily goal. And once you realize how good that feels to accomplish that, you'll start doing that more and more. And you believe that happiness is a really important pursuit. It really is. We're not here to get on some hamster wheel and expend all our health trying to acquire wealth and do things and just try to seem and appear a certain way and acquire things. It makes no sense. We're simplifying what really matters in this life, our connection with other people, helping others, growing, really getting in touch with our spirituality, and above all, slowing down so we can have access to all this beauty and amazing magic that's around us by having gratitude for it and thanking the universe for all of this, right? Every time I see fresh cut flowers, I'm just like, I'm so cheered. I don't know what it is about it. It's like, look at these colorful little great smelling entities that are all over the earth just growing naturally. It's pretty amazing when we think of those things. So I'm going to start the read. I was just inspired by some things I read this morning, and I was like, oh, so we're going to see what's coming for you over the next couple months that are going to inspire you, make you feel happy, make you feel good, and elevate you. So number 1 with the Okiona stillness, right away I feel that is part of it, that we need to slow down. We're not in some kind of big race. But strangely enough, I'm feeling like in that some reconciliations are going to come your way. There's a difference between reconciling and continuing a relationship, with one whose energy is unforgiving. Reconciliation takes energy and willingness on both sides, taking time to heal and forgiving. Part of the reason I just felt that is I feel like some of you guys have some kind of social or familial divide, either with a parent, a sister, or a brother, where, I don't know, something took place where maybe they borrowed money and they didn't pay it back. They were leaning on you too heavily. They just decide not to coexist with you peacefully and try to really, really indoctrinate you into either their religious, social, or something beliefs. And it just became too much. And there's some kind of fracture, and that's going to be healed, I feel, in the next couple months, because you're deciding that love and getting together and being together and healing is more important than being right. And that is such a step in the right direction. So you also have the turtle energy, which is saying you're going to be joyful and trusting. there was a cloak of heaviness, I feel like, in the past that started to kind of cover you at times where you felt a little bit overwhelmed, and maybe you felt that, people weren't available to you, friendship, sisterhood. But now I feel like you're going to have some deep bonds with some new tribal members, and they're really wonderful. And alternatively, they want to support you and help you and share stories. And it's a really kind of magic situation when we have people that think like us, feel like us, and want to support us, right? I feel like that's what's happening, and you're trusting people. You don't feel like other women or men are competition. You feel you have this kind of sixth sense right now of who is good for you and why, and they are going to be magnetically drawn to you because you're actually manifesting them in a really great way. So I'm going to use Cherry's new really beautiful flesh tarot cards, and we're going to see what's happening with that. I'm so excited to use these. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Okay. They're all just falling off. When cards are new, they are such a pain in the neck to do. Okay, I have weird people calling me all the time. 1 sec. Doop. Okay, so let's see what is coming for you in terms of this. And Cherry was using the beautiful, some of the old masters are in this deck. Just really beautiful Rubenesque, gorgeous artwork. I was looking at these for just like hours on end last night. I find such peace in these, and I'm really, connected to a lot of my past lives recently. So when I see some of these images, they catapult me. If I see any Celtic images, if I see any Nordic, Scandinavian, Viking type things, Versailles, things like that, I'm like, whoa, it like really catapults me. So you have the Princess of Discs, beautiful. So again, your monetary front, things are going to start to look up. I feel like you're finding people that want to support your endeavors and make you feel good about the direction you're moving in. And again, remember, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, feels about what we're doing in the direction we're moving. But we can use that positivity when they have it towards us to generate more positivity in ourselves and get momentum and flow towards that. I feel like the majority of you guys are becoming stronger in realizing your main assets and everything is your mind, and being able to deflect any negativity. Most people that don't want us to move forward and really succeed are afraid that our light is going to dim theirs and take away from them. It doesn't even matter if it's an entirely different arena. They don't want us to leave them in the dust, have less time for them, or whatever. It's a lack mentality, and unfortunately, it doesn't help us. But now we can see it for what it is, someone who's simply insecure, and we have love and compassion for that instead of any animosity, right? So you're really going to start to get your coins, your money, and your finances in order. I feel like a lot of you are getting really well-paying jobs coming your way. A lot of you are going into business for yourself. You're creators. You're making a success out of it because you realize, hell, if I deal with something that I love and I put my absolute focus, good intention behind it, and there's really no other place that or energy or person that can interfere with my output and offering to the world, it's going to be beautiful because I'm going to make it to the best of my ability. Nothing else is going to distract me while I'm creating whatever it is, this music, these words, whatever. It's coming directly from source. You're the conduit, so of course it's going to be magic and beautiful. The High Priestess is a lot of you guys really having beautiful solace, calmness, and like just emoting this beautiful ethereal self out there with this High Priestess energy, because you realize what life is really all about right now. And it's about all that magic and that gratitude and moving forward and becoming successful, because we know we can. Nothing stops us but us. Nobody can, people can try to put a stick in our spokes and derail us, but if we don't pay attention to it and we navigate with our heart instead of our ego, we're just going to sail through any of those barriers anyway. And this High Priestess energy is really going to see you through. You're also going to have a lot of people coming to you and asking your advice because you're in a really great head and heart space, and you're able to devise really workable solutions for people in a really great, pragmatic, healthy, detached way as well. Look at these cards are crazy. And the Emperor too. You're really going to have a sense of elevated self. You're going to be much more kind of like refined and selective. You like things that are of high quality. You're really about quality over quantity. And that's when it comes to words, people, endeavors, materialistic things, all of that. You're really moving into a realm of concise ideas, simplified beauty, just making things just flow, very elegant and eloquent. And it's really helping your peace of mind. You know, you think that happiness follows more happiness now. You know what I mean? You see the impact of your beautiful work. You see the impact of your beautiful words. So you feel that gorgeous elevation that you're deserving of, Group 1. So beautiful energy. And thank you, Cherry, for these cards. When they came yesterday, I nearly imploded. So you guys, most of you probably know Cherry Enchantress. And there has right at the bottom is the Art Lady Jess at yahoo.com, where all her cards are. If you zoom in on that, and they come in a great tin. I love tins more than boxes as well. I feel like they're very durable, and they're really impactful. I mean, it usually takes me a couple weeks to kind of connect with my decks, but right away when I started using these, everything started flowing, and they're amazing. So thanks, Cherry. So beautiful energy, Group 1. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below if you need a private read. If you want to inquire about my Stonehenge reading, which I'm leaving for in 2 weeks, I'm doing some amazing stuff. The reason I'm saying that is because if I get another little influx of 2 or 3 people, then I will do one more day of this, because the response has been so good, and I don't want to leave anybody out that really wants this. I'm also going to be bringing a bunch of crystals with me, these beautiful Lumerian crystal necklaces. And I'm going to bring them and have them right on the ground and do a ritual around them. And I'm going to put them in my Etsy store. I'll film me doing it. It's going to be so fun. And I'm going to have those in my store. So come over and see me on Instagram too. I put a lot of information in my Instagram daily. And I would love for you guys to come join all the contests and fun over there too. So beautiful Yuki-onna, number 1. That stillness, that calm, that beautiful energy. So now we're on to number 2, which is Aphrodite, romantic love. I'm going to try to put the crystal above the ones I'm talking about, because sometimes I know I get going and you guys are like, oh, I get a little bit lost at times because I get so excited about stuff. Okay, so let's see what else is going on. Aphrodite, romantic love. A lot of you guys are drawing in your soulmates within 4 months. 4 kept standing out, 4 and less. I just see this spring and March and everything being a fantastic, beautiful, just love-riddled time for you. Now, part of this energy right now, too, is you being true to yourself and the universe rewarding you right now. It is the year of the rat as well. I feel like you are issued these beautiful angels that are guiding you and helping you with your divine timing with love, with your soulmate, everything in the soulmate capacity out there, removing doubt, fear, and giving you a healthy detachment. Because when we know we're moving towards something that we really want and we really love, the one crazy thing that can happen is an impatience, a doubt, and we can start to have fear and let our ego take over. That's like, oh, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. So many people say that. You're absolutely ready. Now is your time. You know this. I feel like right now too, you're going to befriend people that want the best for you. There's something changing in this beautiful Aquarian energy where we're magnets for good people, because we're realizing that any of this old energy, stagnancy, negative vibration is distracting to us, and we really don't have time to that anymore. So you're treating yourself like somebody you're responsible for helping now, as opposed to somebody who's responsible for helping everybody else, right? You can't feed anybody from an empty table. If you're constantly giving and you're emotionally drained, it's almost like we disconnect from our own wants, feelings, and desires. And now is the time to really, really treat yourself like somebody you're responsible for, your mental health, your grooming, all of that, getting massages, watching out what physically may be ailing you, right? You get this little niggling in your side. Oftentimes now people are finding they're having gallbladder problems, they're having just ligament problems and things like that, and they're letting it go too long. This is saying really look after yourself, be true to yourself, and care for yourself. So let's see what's going on in terms of your regular cards. We got to shuffle these newbies. I love these so much. I love Cherry's cards. I love everything that's like romantic and beautiful and soft, and I'm really excited. So let's see what's moving you towards your happiness and your goals as well. Again, just like the initial, the last reading was stillness. The Hangman I always equate with, okay, I talked about this yesterday. Chess masters don't just move forward continually because they spread themselves thin and then they're super exposed. So wise chess masters will move their pieces sideways, retreat. They will go back and get a better look at things. They will have a bird's eye view and a better perspective. It's like if you're going into a job interview and you're going and you're just talking, and nerves get the better of you and you're forgetting the key points that you wanted to speak about, you're forgetting to listen and pause and let the interviewer do their thing. It's that type of thing where we're pausing, we're looking, we're evaluating, we're watching emotional and physical cues of other people. I feel like you're really going to be in touch with that. Therefore, you're going to understand when people are truly attracted to you, when people are truly part of your tribe. You're going to be really precise in your speech, meaning you're not going to promise things that you're not ready to do. You're not going to say things that required a prior filter, right? You ever just see somebody and they are dressed atrociously, like you just got to hand it to them. They just look ridiculous. Yet they think they probably look really good. So we need to think before, especially with close friends, like, you know, we got to monitor if they're walking a certain way, like they're proud and they're stoked. They think they look good. And guess what? Who are we to say they don't? Just because it doesn't jibe with our fashion sense or common sense or any kind of sense in any, you know, it's like when our kids are little. I remember my kids loved to just wear the craziest things, and I loved it, and I let them express themselves in any way. I didn't care if anything matched. If they wanted to go for it and wear a little top hat, whatever, go for it, because I love that. I love originality. So it's one of those things. Let's get our filter on. Let's be precise in our speech and be kind, and don't let your children or other people around you do anything that makes you dislike them. I'm hearing too. We have to pause and stop that behaviors if we have teenagers and they are disrespectful. I have to do this every once in a while with my son. He's so wonderful. He's a Leo, but every once in a while, if he's in a bad mood or something isn't going his way, all of a sudden I'm just his driver and his ATM or something. I call a halt to that immediately. We have to remind people. We don't allow people to do things that cause us to dislike them, right? We call them out. We're stepping up. That's what this is about. You're being passionate about what you want, what makes you feel good. You're in charge. You're moving away from things. Six of Swords is one of my favorite cards because you are absolutely moving away from things that do not suit you. You're like, I am tired of that behavior. I am tired of this place that I work that doesn't value me. I am tired of somebody saying things and going, it's just a joke, when I know it's not, or it's meant to insult me. Call those people out. Now is your time to stand up. Tell the truth. Let people know what's going on. And again, with this soulmate energy coming in, you really are the Queen of Wands. You're highly magnetic, so be careful, because you are like, it's like you guzzled love potion number 9. You're crazy catnip to people. They're going to be lining up. They want to be next to you, be with you, be around you. You're highly, highly magnetic. You have this great vibration. You're like a lighthouse. And all people want to do is like warm their hands by your fire. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. It's weird when we all go through phases like this. Like, what the hell? When did I win Popularity 101? It just happens. Where all of a sudden we're speaking from the heart, we're warm. People sense that beautiful, beautiful, authentic self that's coming through in you, and they want to be close to it. That's all. So, you know, get ready for everybody trying to knock down your door and say hello to you, because it's your time. And lastly, you have the transformation card, which is saying things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. You're healing yourself. You have this rich understanding that when I have great inner dialogue with myself and I tell myself I'm doing great, it doesn't matter the pace, it doesn't matter comparison, none of that. It's how I'm feeling. How am I feeling day to day? I feel good about what I'm doing. I feel everything is going my way. We start to heal on a cellular level. We can convince ourselves of anything through words, deeds, and the way we carry ourselves. When I stand up really straight and I walk with posture, I feel very together and in charge. The opposite is true when I slump and I'm looking at my feet. I feel like I'm trying to become invisible. So be aware of your physical self, the way you're speaking, and evaluate that continually and change it so you feel your optimal self, because you are healing a lot of things. A lot of you guys, you know, are suffering from chronic illnesses. You're suffering from some debilitating pain and things like that. Really picture yourself in wellness the best you can, and picture the most beautiful, wonderful, serene moment so you can work through that. I do that at the dentist in places where I know I'm going to feel some pain. I traverse all of that and go to another place that makes me feel safe, happy, and healing. So you're doing that as well, group 2. So beautiful energy. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. I love that armband. I love armbands. All my links are down below if you want to have a private read and delve further into that. If you want to come see me on Instagram, it's sparkrist11. I do daily posts and memes and just talk about everything over there. I'm always recommending people DM me and ask me questions about crystals or spiritual matters. I'm always available. I love, to share anything that I've learned. I'm constantly studying all day long, different medical procedures, holistic procedures, mental health issues, all of this in order to be able to share. Because I can take a great deal of information and condense it and then relay it in layman's terms, because a lot of psychology and stuff, it's so superfluous that people they don't even want to touch it. But I love doing that. And, it's part of, I feel like, my life path purpose. So love and light to you guys. Yeah, a lot of romantic love. You're going to be in demand. Woo! So let's see what else is going on. So let's start with number 3, which is the future. I'm going to have a sip of my tea. Okay, number 3. I got to just tell you, as soon as England pops into my head, I get so excited. Because as you know, I'm going to be doing Stonehenge readings, private readings over there. And if you guys are curious about that, just email me and I'll let you know. I'm leaving in 2 weeks and I'm doing a really fun thing where the decks I use for you right on the premises are going to be sent to you. I'm bringing these beautiful Lumarian crystals and I'm going to have them on the ground. I'm going to do a ritual. Those get sent to the people I'm doing readings for as well. I just want to make it this beautiful kind of odyssey. So I'm so excited. So when that happens, I go nuts. And this card reminded me of that because I have all these beautiful headpieces I want to wear, but I really have to simplify it. So, it's like planning in the future. I feel like right now, group 3, you're really excited. Your plans for the future, you see green near every sand trap. You know that you're always going to have a program to follow and pull out when you need it. There's always answers that are going to come up. You're not going to quit. You see yourself with laser focus. You see yourself as doing well. You see yourself as somebody who's just going to be accomplished, and you understand that you can do whatever you want. You can be royal in your own fashion. You're not going to disdain things. You're just ignoring things that just aren't in your scope anymore, that you don't care about. That this is low vibrational things like gossip or people trying to dim your light because there's envy or something involved. You see it for what it is. You see things with such clarity that you're like, you know what? I can't be bothered by any of these tiny, mundane, frivolous things that people get up to when they're trying to challenge, compete, and all of that. You're like, you're in competition with no one. You're ready to build this amazing fortress to protect your emotional state and just really be strong and realize that you're putting trust in you. You're learning how to devise a great social network so people are supporting of you. You're inviting in real tribes people that are really on your vibration and frequency. You know that gratitude is one of the most important things you can have, and you're coming from that attitude of gratitude consistently. Thank you for this roof over my head. Thank you for this car to drive. Thank you for my ability to speak and relay messages when I want to. Thank you for, that I can choose some kind of cool, awesome meal to eat every day. Like, I get so excited about food. Like, I'll plan this thing and it's going to have this. And I love pepper for some reason. Like, and this pasta's going to have pepper on it. Like, I get excited about the little things like coffee. This is going to be the best cup of coffee. It's going to have this and that. Like, you make rituals about things and you're getting excited about the future, whatever it is. There's so many of you that are creatives and light workers out there. It's intense right now because a lot of you guys are really seeing your true life path purpose and you're on fire. Yesterday, I kept having these visions of silver and fire. And that's two of the elements I love to work with. I have these silver beads on this chain and they're these flat kind of coins, and I like to rattle them and have fire from silver or white candles. And it was funny, I was thinking this yesterday. I put on Divine and she started talking and she was talking about your color is silver, and she had a candle burning and then she was talking about fire, and I was like, this is crazy. But we are connecting with the people and the sources that are going to help us really emanate love, gratitude, and our best, most powerful selves, right? Really feeling connected. You have this wolf spirit. You're being independent, but you can work together with other people. I feel like you're being elevated in a position where you can delegate to others very calmly, wisely, and succinctly without being like, I'm the boss, you do this, whether it's your family, whatever. People want to work with you. People really want to help and do what you're asking in a really beautiful way. Now you have this Three of Cups. Yeah, people sharing, caring, getting together, celebrations, them understanding that when one of you is happy, all of you is happy. This is about a family unit and work unit too, that no longer are everybody's trying to vie for attention and position. No more jockeying for position. People just really, really want to help you build your dreams. Like, they're really into helping you right now. I feel that in a really immense way. Now, Three of Swords, this is past action. I feel like a lot of you have recently or in the recent past suffered some kind of heartache or loss. And for some of you, I see it's a death of a grandparent, an aunt. A few of you people have lost an aunt, people you were close to. And because of this, you're now understanding sort of what the elements of death are all about. I've been very fortunate since I've been young that I never feared death, funerals, or separation. I always kind of knew that that person was coming back around me, that energy existed. I just always kind of knew that. And I'm pretty sure my mother, I remember stories and things, and luckily those really rich, beautiful stories of how we always are reincarnated and as our soul tribes, and they come back and they enhance our lives in certain ways, our pets, all of that. So I understood that. So not only that, but I feel like some of you guys trusted a specific individual and they ended up just being out for themselves or a player. But you're getting over that and you're now planning for the future, and you're going to be so much wiser now and realize that you don't have to. You're not defined by any past heartbreak. You're not defined by anything that didn't go your way. I was like, where's the third card? I had it in my hand. So now you're moving towards this beautiful Three of Cups moment. I love that. Threes are going to be your number too, obviously. 333s. That's going to be your angelic number. I love the cherry of this too. This is such a beautiful artwork. And look up there, you've got the beautiful angel and the Pegasus flying over your head. And with the 333s, that's very great, grand, strong angelic support for you too. They're going to help you get over this heartache, this loss, and or this heartbreak that you felt. And we feel something sometimes very intensely for a moment, and then we let it dissipate. We need to let go. That's the number one message, to move into the future and move into it beautifully and feel the support and feel the love and have the future that we want, where we're strong. And Skuld is a Nordic goddess, and they are so strong. They understand we have to fight for our love. We have to fight for our soul. We have to fight for things, and just basically persevere through challenges and realize everything is temporary. And when we think about how quickly time moves, it's literally a tiny bleep on the grid, and then we move on quickly towards this peace, towards the support, people helping us, surrendering to the fact that things that happen for a reason, and they transform us for the better. We have a more open heart, we have more understanding. Your guidance right now is so divinely guided that you're going to feel what your soul is calling you to do, and it's going to provide you with a sense of calm, bliss, and knowing. Like, I can't imagine my days being really spent any other way than being able to work with all this beautiful artwork, create my jewelry, have these gorgeous messages that come through. And I feel my energy changes the second I touch one of my decks and start to speak and channel. It goes way up. I can feel utterly exhausted. I start to handle my supplies and resources, and I start to feel good and energized. It's really wonderful, and you're going to feel that with your new resources, your tools, and your abilities. It's going to generate this kind of amazing energy where you feel like a different person, where you feel like you're catapulted into this kind of supernova battery charger, where you're just endless ideas, endless creativity, wanting to share, wanting to be around people, having this beautiful, in-depth, like, it's almost like you have an extra gear of your perception, that you know who, what, and what environment is good for you and what isn't, and you move away from what isn't and you're moving towards what is. And it's very healthful, it's very reparative, it's very high vibration. So I love that energy for you, group 3. Beautiful energy. Yeah, your future, super smooth, loving it. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. And if you're curious about anything, well, I go to Stonehenge in 2 weeks, and I'm taking a bunch of crystals, and I'm going to do some rituals right in Stonehenge with them. And I'm going to start to take over on my Instagram and my Etsy store some I'll take some requests from that. I'll put in the different types of stuff that I'm going to be bringing with me. And also I have 1 or 2 bookings left because I think I am going to be opening another half day because the response was so great and it's so soon and people are really excited. So if you want me to send you any information on the Stonehenge read, I just have this thing. It's so great. You get the decks I use to do your reading. You get the beautiful Lumerian crystal necklace and your own crystal, all of this stuff. I wanted to make it such a beautiful, fun, unique experience. So I'm super excited about that. So you guys march into this future with all the strength and prosperity that's waiting there for you because it's remarkable. So love and light.